Hey everybody, Joel Rico here, telling you a little bit about the language of agreement. First of all, thanks for everybody the last couple of weeks. We had a beautiful launch in February, so thanks for all of you that signed up. We're getting some interesting results out of the course already. And today I wanted to give you a little rundown on how to convey some information that doesn't get rejected. So the way in which most of us operate, in fact, pretty much all humans operate, is we come from this place of, well, let me tell you what I think. This is what you should do. This is a better thing. This is a worse thing. This is what I think you should do. So, what happens to you when people do that? So when somebody says to you, oh, this is the best one, you should definitely buy this one. What happens between your ears? We instantly go into judgment. Is it really the best one? Are they biased? Are they trying to sell me one? Are they selling me this one because it's a profit? So when we start making these statements to people, this is the best thing for you, you should do this is what I think, you should follow my advice, that forces your client, your prospect, it forces them to be in judgment. Are they trying to sell me something? Are they in it for themselves? It forces them into judgment. So the real question is, how do we convey ideas? How do we get our ideas across without having them be delivered in a way that are not being judged, right? And most of us are that way. We're humans. We're judgmental people. We just do. So how do we convey information resistance-free? How do we communicate in a way that we're not stopped by all these protective filters? So one of my very favorite ones is a tool I'm going to teach you right now. And that tool is called a single bind. So a single bind is really about a relationship that is true. So when this relationship is true, then the information conveyed is true. So for example, if you are in real estate like me, you might say something like, the sooner you buy your first home, the sooner you'll get the tax breaks. Well, that's true. The sooner I buy it, the sooner I can start getting the tax breaks. So notice, how am I listening to that? I'm filtering the sooner I buy it, the sooner I get the tax breaks. Yeah. So if I say instead, you should buy his house right away because if you buy it, if you buy a house now, you'll get tax breaks now. Well, yeah, okay, that's true. If I buy it now, I get tax breaks now. But are you being biased? Now, when I deliver it inside this relationship of the sooner you buy one, the earlier you get to collect the tax benefits, or the sooner you buy one, the sooner you'll be accruing real estate for yourself instead of buying one for your landlord. So the structure here is really in the relationship between the two things. I know this is kind of a quick watered down version. This is usually detailed in 45 minutes or an hour. I'm giving you the 2-minute version. So how do we do this? The structure really is the sooner you do this, the faster you do that. The better you do this, the easier you do that. It's inside this structure where what I'm really delivering is the relationship between these two things. So again, real estate example. If we say something like, the stronger your offer, the less likely you're going to be in a multiple offer situation. Oh, that makes sense. The more aggressively you write that offer, the more likely the seller is going to give you a counteroffer, and we don't want a counteroffer. So remember, what I'm really delivering is this relationship of how these two things are connected to each other. The sooner you start collecting real estate for yourself, the earlier you'll be able to retire. Well, yeah, that makes sense. The sooner I collect it, the faster. No, I'll put 2 or 3 of them together. The sooner you start collecting a real estate portfolio, the earlier you'll literally have an empire of real estate. And the sooner that you build up this empire, the easier it'll be for you to retire early. And the faster you'll be collecting passive income. So it's inside this relationship that, because all these relationships are true, the sooner you start, the faster it'll grow. And the quicker you get to passive income, the easier your life will be. And the earlier you start collecting, the sooner you can retire. So this relationship of how these two things are related makes delivering this information such that it literally bypasses judgment. Now, I could say, oh my gosh, you're 40. You should start collecting real estate right now because it's so late. And you got to start now because, 60, you only got 20 years. So you better start, accruing real estate now so we can start spooling up this. And if you start this, what you really want is passive income. You feel the difference in those two. This version, I'm giving my opinion. You should. It's not enough time. You got to start now. Those are all my opinions. Now, my opinions are subject to their judgments. I don't want all my stuff to be stopped in judgment. It's the way I listen to people too. Somebody starts beating me up with their opinion. I'm like, okay, what are they doing? What are they trying to pitch me? So instead, I want to deliver it customer-centric. How's it good for them? Hey, the sooner you start, the easier it'll be to make money. And right inside this relationship. So that's the really quick watered-down version of a single bind. It's one of about 30 techniques or so that are in the language agreement program. If you haven't already, please go to the site, thelanguageofagreement.com. There's some free downloads, there's some free trainings, there's some video tutorials, there's all kinds of good stuff on there to help you, maximize your sales career. And remember, salespeople, me, you, salespeople are the driving force that moves progress forward. Remember, we're the ones that brought spices and silks to the new world. Salespeople are the ones that match need to resource. It's because of salespeople that progress happens. So realize what you're doing in the world by matching a buyer with a seller and a house with a buyer and a whatever. What you're doing in the world is generating progress. Progress happens because of us. So check out the website. Our next launch is April 10th. Is that right? April 10th. So I hope to see you in the next course. Go check out the website. And between now and then, go make a difference in the world. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.